Although it is not the biggest continent, Europe has been one of the most desired holiday destinations by many people. This region is vastly linked to resourceful of culture, rich history, music, fine arts, and not forgetting the best food you may ever tried. No wonder 70% of the top 10 most traveled countries consist of the European nations. It is definitely one of the places you must visit at least once in your lifetime. Lies in the heart center of the Europe, where the prettiest mountains and lakes you will ever see, and also well known for its cultural activities, Austria is strategically linked and sharing borders with 8 other European nations like Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Slovakia, Slovenia, Hungary, Czech Republic and Liechtenstein. If you have heard about the film Sound of Music, you probably know that the Von Trapp family fled Austria and climbed the Alps mountain to escape from being complicit in the Nazis regime. Here are some of interesting facts to know about Austria before visiting. Austria, also known as Republic of Austria, is home to a population of 9 million people. While its capital alone in Vienna has a population of 1.9 million inhabitants, Vienna is also the biggest city in Austria. Austria is also home to one of the greatest music composers, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. We are sure you have heard one or two of his masterpieces. The language it speaks is German, but you should be fine with English with some basic expression words like Danke. As a member of the European Union, the currency they use are in euros, and cash is king here. The country is mostly mountainous with almost 75% are covered with the Alps at the southern parts. The highest mountain in Austria, Grossglockner Mountain, stands at 12,460 feet tall, is definitely one epic attraction you should not miss. Before we explore further, here is a list of the do's and don'ts as a tourist in the country. Although people in Austria are friendly, it is also important to respect their personal space. When come with strangers, many would appreciate their personal and physical privacy. Also, if you happen to take photographs or video of someone, it is good to ask for consent or permission first. Be sensitive to Austria's troubled history and anything concerning World War II when having conversation. This is especially with elderly individuals, as they might directly affected by the feeling of collective responsibility. Speak neutrally and sensitively when the Holocaust and related topics arises. If you have an appointment made, do not be late or cancel the arrangement last minute. Austrians highly value punctuality and good time management. Therefore, when you expect delays, do give your Austrian counterpart a warning and an apology for your delay. When visiting in Austria, the worst thing you can do is assuming Austrians and Germans are the same. Even though they speak the same language, however, there are distinct differences in values, culture, and customs between the two countries. Some Austrians may have a sense of bitterness towards Germans. So try not to make comparison between the two countries or refer an Austrian as a German. Many may not realize the distinct cuisine of Austria. Sometimes it is difficult to define Austrian food. This is mainly because there is a lot of similarities between Austrian cuisine and its neighbors like Germany, Italy, and Hungary. Ranging from pastries, pizza, burgers, hot dogs, and many more, Austrian traditional food are often hearty and big in portion. But each of them has one thing in common: they are absolutely delicious. Here is a list of some must-try foods for anyone traveling to Austria. Wiener Schnitzel. If you are visiting to Austria for the very first time, there is no food other than the national dish of Austria, Wiener Schnitzel, that you must try at first hand. Wiener simply means Vienna city, while Schnitzel is basically a deep-fried, breadcrumbs-coated thin slice of veal or other meat like pork, chicken, mutton, or turkey. You can imagine it like fish and chip, but only better. This dish usually comes with cold potato salad and a wedge of lemon. And it can be found anywhere, down from street food stalls to high-end restaurants. Tiroler Grüstel. An original dish from Tyrol Federated State. Tiroler Grüstel is usually served in a pan with potatoes, chopped meat, bacon, lots of butter and onions, topped with pan-fried runny eggs, this is among the most common traditional Austrian comfort food at its best. There are many variations to this dish, but if you have got the chance, you should try Gristel in the ski resort region in Tyrol. They certainly have the best one in town. Knödel. Another popular dish in Austria is no other than their knödel, or also known as dumplings. Knödel is found popular in other European countries include Germany, Hungary, Poland, Slovenia, Slovakia to name a few. It can be prepared in many different ways, from deep-fried, boiled, stewed with rich hearty soup, served in either sweet or savory. Therefore, when you are in Austria, you must try the Kaspressknödel, or grey cheese dumpling, which is available in Tyrol. The dumplings combine bread cubes, grey cheese, milk, eggs, onions, butter, fresh herbs, and seasonings, and then form into patties and pan-fried with butter till crispy golden brown both sides. Other knödel that you must try in Austria are Specknödel, which is bacon dumplings, Spinat-Knödel or spinach dumplings, and also Germknödel, a famous steam yeast dumpling with a mix of sugar and poppy seeds, filled with spicy plum jam. Austrian Apfelstrudel. This is one of all the pastry dessert that you must try when visiting Austria, especially in Vienna and in surrounding countries as well. Apfelstrudel, or apple strudel, is a traditional sweet pastry delicacy with rich and vivid history. It's thin layers of flaky pastry, lined with thinly sliced apple filling, butter and cinnamon. Freshly baked from the oven, served immediately with a scoop of creamy vanilla ice cream, is going to brighten up anyone's day in Austria. Once you have filled your belly with delicious Austrian food. Next, let's look at some of the top places you must not miss to visit in Austria. While traveling throughout Austria, you will definitely be amazed by its extraordinary landscapes and stunning scenery. There are so many places to visit, and depending on your itinerary and preference of activities. From its gorgeous man-made buildings to incredible natural mountains and lake, Austria will definitely surprise you with an eye-opener. Let's check out these places you should go once you are there. As one of Europe's former great powers, Austria has abundance of majestic architecture and historic cultures. The best way to take in these great masterpieces is by visiting their great palaces. The Imperial Hofburg Palace. Since 1275, Hofburg Palace was the official residence of every Austrian ruler until the end of World War I, and is one of Austria's historical icon. Hofburg Palace shows various architectural styles, from Baroque to Rococo, from Gothic to Renaissance. Also, it occupies some 59 acres area comprising of 19 courtyards, 18 groups of building, and 2,600 rooms. The Schabrunn Palace. The name Schabrunn generally means beautiful spring. This palace was the main summer residence of the Habsburg rulers during 18th and 19th century. The Schabrunn Palace is worth visiting for its magnificent architecture and its spectacular park, which covers an area of 500 acres. It is definitely a pleasure to wander around and walking alongside the park's flower bed while admiring all of its mythological marble sculptures. Also, while at the Schabrunn Palace, you should not miss visiting the Imperial Apartments. Although only 40 of the 1,441 rooms are open to public, they provide enough view with sense of its magnificence to visitors. Hallstatter See. If you enjoy sightseeing the mountainous and lake view of Austria, then you should definitely visit the Hallstatter See, also known as Lake Hallstatt. This gorgeous lake is situated in the Salzkammergut, Upper Austria, a region of lakes and alpine ranges from the city of Salzburg eastwards to the peaks of the Dachstein Mountains. Not only it is stunningly beautiful, Hallstatter See is the most significant lake in the Alps in terms of history. Fishing, diving, boating, hiking and cycling are among the popular activities here at the Lake Hallstatter. You can also take a walk and spend some time strolling at the little market village of Hallstatt, surrounded by traditional houses and terraced cafes. This is definitely the ideal place to relax and unwind. Grossglockner High Alpine Road. Grossglockner is the highest surface mountain pass road in Austria, and one of the most magnificent mountain roads in Europe. The road leads from Fuschverleiten in Salzburg to Heiligenblut in Carinthia, at an elevation of the highest point, at Edelweißspitze located at 2,504 meter, or 8,215 feet. You can either detour the mountain via bicycles, motorbike, cars or hire a bus tour. Whatever means you choose to enjoy the scenic view of the mountain, Grossglockner High Alpine Road is going to take your breath away. Altstadt Salzburg, situated in the northwest of Austria, is a romantic and compact neighborhood of narrow medieval streets and arcaded courtyards. Recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1996, Altstadt Salzburg, or Salzburg Old Town, is filled with Baroque-style architecture, spiked towers and fairy-tale churches and monuments that you must not miss. If you are a classical music fan, you should definitely visit one of the most significant monuments in the city, Mozart's birthplace, which located at Gerriedgasse. This is where the famous composer, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, was born, which now has turned into a museum. You can learn about his life and music walking around his house, and even got to see a replica of his piano. Other monuments you should visit at Salzburg Old Town District are Salzburg Cathedral, Hohensalzburg Fortress, and St. Peter's Abbey, to name a few. Altstadt Innsbruck literally means bridge over the Inn. Innsbruck is the fifth largest city in Austria and capital of Tyrol. It is internationally known for its winter sports center, where the town has hosted 2 Winter Olympic Games in 1964 and 1976, and 2 Winter Paralympics Games in 1984 and 1988. Innsbruck Old Town is filled with many fine Tyrolese architecture with narrow house fronts, vintage doorways, and medieval houses. Strolling along Innsbruck Old Town will bring you down memory lane of 800 years of history. Overall, Austria offers travelers an absolutely stunning experience. Other European countries, while amazing in their own ways, Austria being the central of Europe, is definitely unique from the cultures and values of its neighboring countries. Not to forgetting the Alpine mountains and gorgeous lakes Mother Nature has gifted to Austria. It is definitely a trip you will truly amazed. That's all and so much about Austria. Be sure to check out more video tips traveling to other European countries as well. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, comment and share if you like our videos. Do subscribe and hit the bell alert so that you won't miss any new video from us.